This hearing starts with what sounds like a simple request, a mother asking to regain access to her children's school events. But very quickly, it becomes obvious that this isn't just about attending activities. The court is looking at a long history of conflict, previous contempt findings, and whether the children are being caught in the middle. That changes the entire direction of the hearing.
Did something happen to you as a result of that?
No, that's
Okay.
that's the first thing he said to me. How is that not a problem?
We're here in case 19-6811 DM, Sylvie versus Sylvie. Both parties are present, as well as Miss Van Tol, who represents Mr. Sylvie. This is a motion by Ms. Sylvie, basically to review a provision in the judgment that found her guilty of contempt of court, and the provision at the events, the kids' events, if you will, but no contact, but it could be reviewed anytime after October 24. Ms. Van Tol, this was order following contempt proceedings that was entered June 24 of 2024. The provision that she is asking says plaintiff shall not attend any events or activities for the minor children. Plaintiff may request a review of this provision on or around October 24, 2024. If plaintiff prevails in having this complete restriction removed, the current parenting time order of March 16, 2022 shall be resumed unless this court orders an amendment to the same. She is seeking an amendment as well as a couple of other miscellaneous things on it. Ms. Van Tol, I'm just I didn't get a response from you. I'm not saying anything about it. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss it. Did I?
Yeah, I sent it last week, Friday.
Let me ask you, do you object to her request to dismiss that provision?
I do, yes.
Okay. All right, we'll get into it. This is the last motion of the day, so I've got time. Ma'am, I've read your request and your statements in here about all kinds of things that he does that's wrong. What do you have to say?
Well, about the provision, I have complied with the directives to not go to anything. The first thing I'm asking for is to have that removed so that I can resume going to things on my parenting time.
I'm unsure of what all the rest of this then is about.
Well, that was just the first. So then we are having behavior problems with the kids. Mr. Sylvie has been talking about mental health disorders, telling Jude that he has these mental.
This is the first major turning point. Family court depends heavily on credibility. Once a judge believes someone has repeatedly been dishonest, every future claim becomes much harder to accept. You can already feel the judge becoming skeptical before she's even finished explaining her side.
Mental problems and that he needs help, but it's not backed by anything from a doctor.
Okay, I understand that's another request, but what does all of this have to do with it about like picking up from school? And I mean, you're throwing in all kinds of stuff that is statements like the October 9th parenting time. Did you get the kids on October 9th at 11:30 or did you get them at 3 o'clock?
I got them at dismissal.
Okay, so at 11:30 or whatever that was.
Yes, at dismissal.
Well, what is the purpose of all of this in here about, you know, you went through these things back and forth and you got it, but somehow it falls on him as being negative for something.
Well, the purpose is to show that the kids are stressed out. Their behavior problems are increasing.
It shows to me that you're stressing them out.
How can you explain that?
I don't even, I mean, we go through this whole thing here and it's between you and him and you contact Miss Van Tol and everything and it gets worked out. Why are the kids even involved with it? Why are you saying at some point and adding that he would deal with her later, which left Noah frightened? Why are you even talking to Noah about it?
I'm not. I can't even contact the kids.
Well, then how do you, then why do you put in there? deal with mom later if you don't even know that it came from Noah, according to you.
Right, when I picked him up.
Okay, why does he even have anything to do with it? You picked him up at the time you wanted to.
Yes, sir. That's the first thing he said when he got in the car. I am trying to show,
I don't believe that. Honestly.
well, at some
Ma'am,
point,
you do not have the world's best credibility in the court. You've lied to the court starting back in the trial, starting back even before that, when you wouldn't agree with the judgment that you agreed to and then sent out stuff that was damaged. And I mean, it's all come out. You have abused the court numerous times with not being truthful.
okay, I understand, but at some point, someone will have to talk to the children, right?
About what?
They are stressed out. There is no reason that
You are
Mr. Sylvie,
stressing them out with all these things.
it's not, so they're not
Yes.
supposed to talk to me?
I didn't say they're not supposed to talk to you. I believe you are seeking from them such things as, you're stressed out because of what? Because dad said he's going to do something to me afterwards. Dad, if he even said that, he'd deal with her later. Fine, kids, you're going to go at 11:30. I'll deal with your mom later. Who cares?
Okay, I just wanted to understand your point that you are okay with that sort of behavior to the kid.
What sort of
Dad,
behavior to the kids?
that Mr. Sylvie, that Matt would say that to the kids about
Man,
their mom.
You really don't get it. The other thing in here is you start talking about Mr. Sylvie is trying to change, how do you say it? Demands that Comstock Park overhaul their dismissal procedure to include ID checks, post-school hours, and an expectation driven by his personal vendetta against Sina and his desire to exert control over her. I read through the things that he said, and all he's saying is, why is the school sending the kids to somebody who they barely know at most and isn't on the pickup list? And somehow you want your kids to get into a car that they don't know who they're with? Is that what I hear?
That's what you read.
That's what I read in here that he wrote to you. But somehow you try to turn that around and make it something that's awful that he's done. I don't even understand where you're coming from.
Sir, in the messages, the children know who this person is. But why does
is that person? Who is the person?
She's a family friend of ours from the YMCA.
The kids spend a lot of time with her
in the summer.
I mean,
Graduation open house.
all I know is that they don't even know her last name. Absolutely inappropriate. You don't want your kids getting in a car with strangers, right? Is that true?
Not a stranger.
Answer my question. You don't want them getting in a car with strangers, right?
Oh.
And aren't they supposed to get into cars with approved individuals?
Yes, they are approved by me. It's my parenting time. They're not getting picked up during school hours, sir. It's after dismissal.
How is it okay telling Noah to get in a car with someone he doesn't know very well? This is a very bad idea, and I think I should tell the school to make sure Noah gets, doesn't get picked into a car with anyone that he is not on the approval list. Man, it seems like a reasonable request.
Your Honor, it's not, because it's dismissal. It's not during school hours.
So you send anybody at dismissal, whether they know him or not, and that's a good thing. You want him to get in, so he should send somebody that says, hey, I know you don't know my kids, but go pick them up from school.
That does not make any sense, Your Honor.
It does. You don't make any sense. I'm just telling you. Why is it that everything that is done comes back on him? As you're the one who's violated court orders, you're the one who's been held in contempt. Okay,
so just so I understand, Matt can put whatever he wants into an Our Family Wizard message, and that is just what it is.
This is probably the emotional heart of the hearing. The mother insists her child was scared after hearing his father say he'd deal with her later. But the judge doesn't see evidence that the child was actually in danger. Instead, he believes the conflict between the parents is creating fear that otherwise wouldn't exist. Whether you agree or disagree, this moment shows how difficult it is for judges to separate genuine concern from parental conflict.
To me, they didn't.
I know, Your Honor, I'm turning things in to show, like, that doesn't make sense. Everything is a problem for him. He
No,
is the one that
everything is
brings,
a problem for you.
I am not the one that brings the kids into things.
Into what?
Noah being frightened or
He would have Noah would have no reason or any thought of being frightened just because if it works out and he says, go ahead, kids, you're gonna go to your mom's at 11:30. I'll deal with your mom later. He'd have no reason to be frightened about that unless you make it a big deal.
then that sounds like a conversation that someone should have with him or with the kids.
What?
You're saying that he has no reason to be frightened. That was a
Not
feeling that
unless you put him up to it.
he ran to my car and that's what he said. He was worried. Okay, fine.
Did something happen to you as a result of that?
No, that's
Okay.
that's the first thing he said to me. How is
Oh.
that not a problem?
I find I'll listen to what you say, but I don't find it to be credible. I don't think your
I
kid
understand.
ran at 11:30 and said, Mommy, I'm worried because Daddy's gonna do something to you because I'm here.
That's not what he said.
All right, Mommy, I'll read what he said. According to you, what he said, it's in your motion. You want me to read it to you, or do you know what he said?
Oh, but if you would like to, you can, or I can turn to it. And he doesn't call me mommy.
All right, adding that he would deal with her. It says on the morning of Wednesday, the 9th, Matthew instructed Noah to go home with Cena, ominously adding that he would deal with her later, which left Noah frightened. You didn't say he ran to the car and, oh, Mommy, he's going to deal with you later. Mom, Cena, I don't care what he calls you. I don't find that after the kid's been in school all day and is now released to you that he's terrified or frightened that something bad is going to happen to you because stuff hasn't happened to you. I mean, he has no reason to believe that Dad's going to show up and beat you up again, Mom. No, he hasn't done it before, so he has no reason to do that. You're just making mountains out of molehills.
All right, understood. This is just creating more problems when they become adults.
Yes, it is. And you started it.
I don't.
And you have been held in contempt of court because you can't act the way the court directs you to. You give the kids that message. You give the kids that message.
I don't get to talk to them.
You give the kids the message. You can't abide by court orders. Okay? You don't think that you do have to.
How?
Because you were held in contempt for violating it. And you said you didn't, but the judge clearly held you in contempt, charged you some $4,000, which was to be paid last month. I hope it was, because otherwise you'll be back in court again.
It was paid, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. I know you don't blame yourself for anything, ma'am. Never have. I know that you put on stuff about this wonderful guy you were married to and all these poor things that happened. And it was clearly lies. Clearly.
Okay. Understood.
And since then you come back and do some of this stuff that I don't know what. It's always Mr. Sylvie's fault. He's doing the best he can to raise the kids, following court orders the best he can, and no matter what happens, even when he gives you what you want, you find it to be, oh, the kids are suffering from it. All you had to do, if he has said something, Dad's going to deal with you later, you say, oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about it. That's between your dad and I. I'm not worried about it.
That's what I did, but the court needs to know that these things are happening. And I tried to resolve it with Miss Hall, and Mr. Sylvie couldn't let it go. So like the day before I picked them up, I get to talk to Jude on the phone. He doesn't want me to pick him up from school because is afraid that he's going to get in trouble for going home with me.
Did Mr. Sylvie ultimately say, okay, you can pick him up from school?
To Noah, yes. But I'm saying Jude was so stressed out that he didn't want me to pick him up. And I said, that's fine. That's fine.
Just
And then-
on this issue, do you have anything you wish to add, Ms. Van Tol, just on this issue?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I just want to impress upon the court that this is not accurate. Again, Miss Sylvie comes in here all the time making false statements. She attached documents that don't support her claims. The issue in this case was my client was attempting to work out the issue with Miss Sylvie in advance. Miss Sylvie kept telling the kids, I'm picking you up, I'm picking you up, I'm picking you up. So Mr. Sylvie did not contradict that statement to the children because he did not want them to be in the middle. So when asked, my client indicated, do not get on the bus. You can go with your mom or whomever she sends. That was the statement that was made. That was the appropriate statement. I am asking that the court set a time because this is continuously an issue. Miss Sylvie is not available until 3:30. My client's happy to say 2:30, which is dismissal from school on a normal day, if that's what it needs to happen to avoid these continued conversations. But the wording in the order currently is problematic since it says after school or as early as 3. And again, just to avoid any further discussion on the matter, my client's fine with the 2:30 time. He just doesn't want to have any more communication regarding this issue, and he does not want Miss Sylvie to continue to put them in the middle.
The kids are dismissed from school at 2:30?
Yeah, about that time, Your Honor, yes.
And she gets them from dismissal?
Right. The issue is that she's trying to get them on half days. They're spending time with these people they don't know because she doesn't have half days on the same day. And I understand she says, yeah, they're people that they've hung out with occasionally. They're not really people that they know well. So again, he just wants a time and that's it. And if the
But
court
it's
says
only on Wednesdays, right?
it's Wednesdays and her Fridays, I believe. Again, to be clear, if the court's saying dismissal, the court's saying dismissal, I will put that in the order. But again, I find Miss Sylvie is not an appropriate parent. I'm very concerned about what she's doing with these kids. I attached, because the court doesn't have my response, and I apologize. Miss Dewey said she got it, but there's text messages that Miss Sylvie is seriously snapshotting OFW messages and sending them to Jude. She does this all the time. She undermines him constantly. It is a problem. It's a problem.
Have you filed a motion to?
I'm going to. Yes, I have to. This cannot continue. And this just happened in October. My client cannot keep funding all of these issues because he is waiting to get reimbursed until Messina pays me, which is always, 3 months later. It's a lot of money that we're expending on continuous litigation with Miss Sylvie because she can't follow a court order.
But you did get paid for the contempt one.
I did in September, yes. And then my client got reimbursed, yes. But it's a lot of upfront funds.
I understand, and I can't, I'll deal with it when it's in front of me. You filed an answer, okay? You didn't
I
file a
did.
motion, so I
I
can't
did
really
not yet.
grant some of the stuff you're asking for because it's an answer versus a motion, okay? But Ms. Sylvia, when are you gonna pick up the kids from school?
Now we
At
finally
2:30
hear
or
the other
what?
side. Instead of focusing on emotions, the father's attorney focuses on consistency, school safety, and court orders. Family law cases often become less about who's louder and more about who can show a pattern of following the rules.
30 or what?
Dismissal. So if dismissal is 2:30 for Noah and 2:40 for Jude, they are going to be picked up at 2:30 and 2:40.
All right, and are you gonna pick them up?
Unless I have a conference or an IEP. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. I will pick them up.
You will pick them up, and if you do not pick them up, you will notify in advance Mr. Sylvie of who it will be, their full name, all right?
Yes, sir.
So that they can even check to make sure this person has a driver's license, because before he didn't, and you were having kids driven around by somebody who didn't even have a license. You make sure that they're appropriate. Basically, 99% of the time, you will pick them up at dismissal. Do you have any problem with that, Ms. Van Poel?
No.
I mean, if I adjourn now, Ms. Sylvia, I haven't ruled on whether or not you still get to see the kids, because it's October 24 is when I would review that. Ms. Van Tol, can you tell me your response? I'm sorry, I do have it and can have it printed out, but you might as well tell me here right now.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So the issue was she filed a motion because her sister was having a baby, right? So she wanted to go out and see the baby at the time it was born. So she filed this motion in the summer. It ended up being in conflict with the kid's school, and it ended up being a conflict with Jude's driver's training that was prearranged well before we knew this request was going to be made by Ms. Sylvie. So the issue is she's made false claims to this court like they never see their aunt. Their aunt's coming into town. She has a week over Christmas break. She can do what she wants to do during her time. She doesn't need an extended weekend to see her sister. And again, I am deeply concerned with what she's doing in trying to alienate, especially the oldest child, regarding Mr. Sylvie. And again, I apologize that you don't have the text messages, but it's super clear. She wants to be a friend to a teenager and make my client look like the enemy because it suits her narrative. It suits her goal of making Mr. Sylvie a bad guy to anybody she can, and it's not reality. So I do have an objection. My client does object to her having the extra time. She can she can spend the time over Christmas break. That is absolutely her choice.
Yeah, when's your sister coming in town?
She's coming in for Thanksgiving, but I don't have the boys that weekend. So I asked to switch Thanksgivings this year for next year. Mr. Sylvie said no. But the whole point is like for the boys and I to spend time together with my sister and the baby. It'd be nice if they could see her.
They see her every holiday that she's in. I mean, she's around every holiday that the children are spending time with Miss Sylvie, excuse me.
I'm sorry, what
Obviously,
holidays?
grandparents want. They saw her in May of 2024, see her multiple times per year, and we're on a week-long vacation in 2022 to visit her, and we'll see her this upcoming holiday, is what my client indicated.
How does Matt know my sister's schedule?
You just told me she's coming into town.
For Thanksgiving.
Okay, but he does. But the kids know when they see her.
But they won't get to see her Thanksgiving. I don't have them that weekend, and my Wednesday is cut short. She's not coming in Tuesday, and then the Wednesday, I only have the boys. Or no, I don't have them that Wednesday because it's Matt's Thanksgiving. So they won't have an opportunity for us to go together to see her. I even offered to Matt, can we swap? Can I have this Thanksgiving and then you have the next?
No, and he doesn't have to swap and that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to make him swap.
She's not coming for Christmas.
My client's fine if she takes them during her Christmas time. That is absolutely not an issue. That's not even a dispute. Go ahead.
But I need the extra time because I can't drive the 14 hours and spend 8 hours there and drive 14 hours back. I need the extra time.
This part feels different because it's no longer about accusations, it's about parenting schedules. The mother argues she simply wants the children to see their aunt and new baby. But the court isn't convinced that changing an existing custody order is necessary. In family court, even reasonable requests can be denied if they disrupt an already established schedule.
I need the extra time.
How much time does she have at Christmas?
It's only Friday, 6 p.m. to Monday, 9 a.m. That's all that
the whole Christmas break?
Yeah, I don't have any additional break time, even though I'm off work. And I can't afford to fly Friday night and then fly back Sunday. It's too expensive. Like I have to drive.
I'm not going to order any time like that. The parties can work on you can work something out. If she's going to be in over Thanksgiving, and maybe he could send the kids over there for Friday or something like that. Be reasonable and see what happens. Okay. The last thing we got to deal with then is whether or not I'm going to eliminate that no contact thing that expires on October 20, or that I look at on October 24.
So the rule says plaintiff shall not attend any events or activities.
Read it.
Yes. Well, I did not attend any events or activities for our minor children.
Okay, but it didn't say that if you don't attend any, that you can then automatically have it back. It just says we'll review it.
Right, that's what I'm asking for.
All right, Ms. Van Tol, your thoughts on that?
Your Honor, again, I think my client would prefer that she stay out of events and activities only because she continues her alienating behavior. As the court understood at the show cause hearing, she had involved other parents of children that interact with their children, and then their children were getting involved in it. She has been a very disruptive individual, and she causes a lot of conflict pretty much everywhere she goes. So it is more peaceful. It has been peaceful, but there have been very little there's been very few opportunities for Miss Sylvie to attend activities over this, 3-month period because we were in the summertime. We are going to ask that it remain in place until Miss Sylvie can stop continuously alienating and sending texts to Jude from OFW, screenshots of OFW messages, because my client disciplined him for being very disrespectful. And the reason he's disrespectful is because Miss Sylvie thinks he should be. He should have a voice. He needs to push back. So then he loses his cell phone, and then he gets really upset. And then Miss Sylvie said, "Well, I'm so sorry, Jude. You must be," I'm going to quote it because this is amazing. She says, "Being punished for undermining dad's authority over you, like that's a normal thing." That is sarcastic. It is normal. You should teach your children to respect authority so that they don't become juvenile delinquents or criminals. Obviously, she doesn't care because all she wants to do is be a friend. That is not appropriate, and it's alienating, and that is a problem. And again, I don't find her attending events is in the best interest of the children or good for this co-parenting relationship or lack thereof.
May I? I do agree that text, I mean, it's a little bit out of context because the consequence for Jude's behavior does not match. Jude is being treated like a delinquent, but he's not. His escalated behaviors do not, what is the word? The consequence for what is going on does not match the behavior. It's extreme.
What should the consequences be?
Trying to understand, like, why is Jude acting out instead of just reacting and taking things away, or taking things away from Jude, but not telling him that things have been taken away. Like this weekend, Jude was driving without his permit. He didn't know that Matt took it as a consequence. And I didn't know that was taken away from him as a consequence.
Your Honor, these again are not true statements. Jude was very well aware of his consequence, and ultimately
I'm sure he was well aware of it.
This issue is mom undermining constantly. Even listening to her right now, she's undermining. This is what she's doing to the kids all the time. It's not good.
I'm sorry. It's not undermining. It's a conversation about consequences and behaviors. If Jude was a delinquent, yes, remove the bathroom from him, like change his bedroom.
You want to wait until he becomes a delinquent? Is that what you're saying? Once he becomes a delinquent, then do some things. Again, that's what you're saying. That's what you just told me.
That is not what I just told you,
yes, sir. You did. You said once he becomes a delinquent, then those are appropriate.
Yes, it's not appropriate. There's steps. It's like it's a mutual respect that they should have with each other in conversations. Jude should feel safe enough to have conversations with Matt instead of just things being taken away. It's okay. That's fine. Anyway.
Yeah.
If Matt is telling me one thing and telling Jude another, it's very confusing. If Jude will say, like, for example, going to see my sister, he tells the children, yes, I will work it out, but then tells me no.
He's trying to work it out, but that doesn't mean it works out on your terms.
No, I'm saying nothing has been tried to have it worked out.
He worked out the thing of the Wednesday with you, but you made it sound like, oh my God, he's, destroying the kids by this. He worked out that you picked them up early when I don't know that you were entitled to, but you got him. All right, he worked that
Okay.
out.
Okay, all
There were
right.
no consequences to you. There was nothing that bad happened.
Not to me, it's about the kids. But
Yeah.
moving on, let me just,
All right.
I have to
Any
go.
last thing anybody wants to say?
The provision says activities. I did not attend any activities or events. I have very limited contact with people in the boys' life.
I don't think you're
have
appropriate to
behaved.
be around those because of what Miss Van Tol said. You are disruptive when you're around there. You are picking, maybe it's not the right words, but fights so that the kids are being told one thing, not the other. Mr. Sylvie's the primary parent. He's shown himself to the court. At least I don't see that he's lied to the court. And put forth things that are just out of reason. I'm gonna maintain that same thing through the rest of the school year. That means through till like June. If you wanna come back after that, we'll take a look at it.
Can you put a date on that, please?
Yeah,
The
June.
school year, I don't know when the school year ends.
Okay.
I will put the date in.
Yes, Ms. Van Tol put the date in. I don't know if they end June 6th or May 31st or June 14th. I don't know.
Okay.
It'll maintain through the school year, and if you want to take a look at it, we'll see what happens.
So-
I've denied the motion regarding the time to Connecticut. I have asked Miss Van Tol to see if there's a way that the kids can see the aunt while she's in town. I know he's got Thanksgiving and that kind of stuff, but I know that he gave in on the Wednesday thing. There's no reason that he can't do something. But I'm not ordering it. Anything else we need to deal with?
I just want to make sure I understand. So the school year, so not removing the provision, has nothing to do with me following what it said to do, but it just has to do with the motion that I filed and the information that I turned in.
I don't know what you're saying. You
So
asked,
I'm
asked that it be reviewed. I reviewed it and I don't think it's appropriate to take it off for the reasons that I've said throughout this hearing.
Got it.
Anything else I need to deal with? I'm not giving you extra time for the Connecticut trip. Anything else, Miss Sylvie, that I need to deal with?
No, no, sir.
Your Honor, I did ask for attorney fees in my response.
Are
Again,
you, well, but see, here's the problem, all right? The judge gave her the opportunity to file this, okay? To
It's
ask
just
for it.
filled with
And so-
lies, and that's the
Well-
problem, again.
But he said that I should review it. I can't really charge her because then she asks to have it reviewed on the day he said to have it reviewed. You do understand that?
I do. It's just the other things, the lies that are included, the excess of stuff that was irrelevant and untrue that I have to respond to.
I think you're filing a motion or something coming up.
I'm gonna have to file another show cause, yes. I don't think she gets it still, basically.
I can reserve costs for this, but you understand that I'm not, it's unlikely that I'm going to charge her for this motion for the reason that her motion asking for time for her to see the kids to see the aunt is not an unreasonable motion, number one. Number two, the judge said it can be reviewed on October 24 and she filed for that. Quite
Thank you.
frankly.
It's the other
In
things
the
that
end,
take
the
time
judge
to
refuses to lift the restriction. He leaves the parenting schedule mostly intact and keeps the ban on attending school activities through the end of the school year. The biggest reason wasn't a single incident, it was the judge's ongoing concern about credibility, conflict, and the effect these disputes are having on the children. Family court isn't about deciding who's the better parent in one moment. It's about protecting stability for the children, even when neither parent leaves happy.
things that take time to respond to, and I have to.
I understand. And so you will draft the order that will,
Yeah. Yes, I will draft the order.
you'll draft the order that denies her request and puts it in until the end of the school year with the
Right.
date.
And then the pickup, that'll.
Dismissal
Yep.
is the time for
Mhm.
pickup.
Yep.
Otherwise, if it's are you including in there if it's dismissal or if there's no school, what is the time?
I'm putting in there 2:30 because that was what the end day and the end time was for the other kids.
So if there is no school,
Yes, the 2:30 timeline.
ma'am, it's 2:30 if there is no school. All right, otherwise it's dismissal. And, I think that's basically it.
Yep,
Thank
I
you.
got it. And then she's gonna provide notification if she's not the one picking up, but she's going to be the one picking up majority of the time for her.
She's gonna pick up, other than if it is provided in advance, not like 3 minutes beforehand. Oh, by the way, so-and-so is gonna pick up. Maybe.
You want to say 24 hours, Your Honor? I mean, I don't want to be picky about it, but you know, I don't want games either.
Really, I would like the kids to be able to know before they go to school that day. So she could notify you in the morning, I suppose, that somebody else is gonna have to pick up. I just want the kids to know before they go to school who's gonna be picking them up.
Sounds good.
And I think that ends everything, correct? Anything else, Miss Sylvie, that you want me to address?
No, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Miss Van Tol. Anything else you want me to address?
No, thank you.
Thank you all very much. We're adjourned.